Welcome to Quick Shots, a short format traditional archery podcast, where we introduce you to some of the world's most influential traditional archers, and occasionally, some random dudes. Help keep this content ad-free by supporting us on patreon.com/archerygeek. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, archerypass.com, for all your traditional archery needs. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Quick Shots. I'm your host, Mick Chambers. I'm here with Lisa Yuen.
Got it.
And we're going to go with that, right? We're going to go with that. Okay. Lisa's sort of a fellow Canadian. I think you're originally not from Canada, though, right?
I was born in Canada, but I grew up in Jamaica.
Oh, really? Okay. Very cool. I want to get to the bottom of that. I want to hear more about that. I've been trying to get you on the show for a long time, and you just been putting me off. And Calvin said if I don't get you on the show, he's going to be mad at me. So that's what...
Thanks, Calvin. Yeah.
We both shoot WF risers, so
We do.
Yeah, it's cool. Hey, so it's pretty good to have you on, though. I do like having fellow Canadians on.
Thank you.
And I'm excited, even though you're really a Canadian air quotes because you're on the West Coast, right? So it's not really Toronto area.
Hey, we got the snow right now, so
yeah, that's interesting. You told me that before we went live.
Yeah.
Usually don't get too. Where are you? You're in Burnaby, right?
Burnaby, so basically Vancouver border. Yeah, right by the ocean. So we don't normally get it this early, but
no, it must be havoc there trying to drive.
Oh, I know. We're a bit nutty, but it's okay. It wasn't too bad today, but it's cold. It's gonna be -7 tonight, actually. So luckily we're
Celsius or Fahrenheit? Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Oh, Celsius.
Yes, Celsius.
I have to remember Americans watch this.
For the most part, I think I got like I get to see my stats. It's like 80-90% Americans and 5% Canadians. But then when I have a Canadian, I don't even get really good Canadian participation. I don't know what's going on with you guys. You don't.
You're shy.
I guess you're shy. I guess I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, before we get going, I am gonna break this up right away. So you're a movie star, and that's kind of why you're on the show.
Oh, great. Nothing to do with my archery.
Tell us about that.
That was a dream come true, quite honestly. That was a dream come true.
Tell everyone about that. I mean, I want to know too.
Okay, so I guess Netflix or the recruiting company for Netflix had contacted our local shop, who I actually shoot for, and asked if anybody was interested in doing a Renaissance fair scene in Virgin River. And basically my husband was going to try out because I work and it's hard for me to get time off because I work in healthcare. And I managed to get the time off to go to the tryouts or the fitting. We had to send in a bunch of stuff and we both got accepted and I had to beg for time off one day, they said. Anyways, we started shooting and we were shooting our longbows and having a blast. And then they're like, okay, so we'll see you guys back on set tomorrow. And I was like, oh God. So I had to beg to get the next 2 days off to finish filming. And I think if anybody's seen, I think it's season 4, episode 6, we're literally in there for like maybe a max of like 15 seconds that took 3 days to shoot.
Wow.
But just being on set and getting to shoot my longbow, because I actually, if anybody really knows what I shoot, I'm generally shooting barebow now, but I started off as a longbow shooter. I make my own arrows. I make wooden arrows.
Pretty.
It's super fun. So I got to shoot my own arrows, my own bow in that. And we waited 9 months to see how much screen time we were going to get. And all I can say is thank God I hit center because it's a great shot. And it was, just super fun.
Hey, but you know what's interesting? You know what's fun about that is that it's like kind of you're in costume too. You're like in Renfest costume, and everyone that watches this show, guaranteed, everyone that's ever seen an archery scene in any movie, TV show, we've always said that is shit. That is shit. That person does not know how to shoot a bow. They should have got someone who knew what they were doing. And then there's this show that comes along, and you're in it, and and like you're a stud. You're awesome. Your husband, both great shooters, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
No one can complain about that. No one can complain about your shootings.
No, people actually said thank you for, trying out and representing
Yeah.
actual archery in an actual show. So
Yeah. People can look at it and go, wow, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Honestly, I haven't watched it or I haven't seen it yet, but I can just go on Netflix and it's in the catalog.
Yeah. It's the most recent, what is it? I think, yeah, it's season 4, episode 6. I'm pretty sure. And then we're like halfway through.
Okay, I'm gonna leave a link or whatever.
Or I can send you the
That's fine.
clips.
Oh yeah, I love that. Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. Well, I saw some of the stuff on your Instagram. That's how I knew.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I really dug the costume, so it's cool. Hey, okay. All right. Rewind. Let's get back to know Lisa. I like give us your origin story. How you got into trad archery.
So basically it started off as a gift. My kids went to Canadian Tire, bought a little kid bow basically for my husband for Father's Day because he'd been talking
time out. Explain what Canadian Tire is.
It's like, what's the American equivalent? It's just a big box store.
It's kind of like Walmart. It's like
Walmart. Yeah, but you can buy everything there. And so they have a little sort of, hunting and archery department. And so he was literally gifted just a beginner kids set. Okay. And he decided to upgrade it. And so we went to the archery shop and we bought, is it PSE Snake? That little thing that's like double-sided.
Yeah, double-sided. Yep.
And then they started talking to us about taking lessons, and I just had shoulder surgery, so that took a little bit. And I started off my lessons in a 14-pound bow. And we did the 4 lessons in a group class. The group was so excited. We convinced them to do a level up class, and we did another 4, and then we were hooked. And then we bought our beginner bows, and our backyard turned into a little area where we could go turn on the Christmas lights in the evening and start shooting pumpkins, because that was around the right time, and got pictures of shooting pumpkins and having pumpkins fall off. And then you learn really quickly you need to secure the pumpkin, because when it rolls forward you break your arrows. And it just really took off from there. Okay. And then I decided that once I got to a certain poundage, so I was hoping to get to 26 pounds. And when I got to 26 pounds, I got myself my first longbow. And then I started making arrows. Loved that, shot that a lot. And then I decided that I wanted to become an Olympic archer. Well, you have to be able to drop your bow for that to happen. And so when I released, I'm like a clutcher, don't fall. And so there was no Olympic recurve in my history. Like, I just couldn't do it. And so I started looking at bare bow. And then I had kidney surgery, and then I had to go back, and I couldn't pull back my long bows. So I bought myself a bare bow with really light limbs and absolutely fell in love. I watched the push, which I watched and watched and watched and absorbed everything I could from that, and tried to make everybody in my life watch it as well. And just learned a lot. And then I started to grow. And then I got big girl limbs, and then I got a big girl bow, which I'm so excited about now.
That's awesome. When we segue into that, what kind of equipment, what are you shooting now?
So right now I'm shooting, hang on, I'm going to here.
All right.
In case nobody has seen this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Very
pretty.
It is pretty. It's beautiful. Is that a 25 or 20?
It's a 25 light. So
light.
I got the light because there's 20 ounces difference between this bad boy and its bigger brother. Yep. And I got the custom, should go the right way, JD3 grip.
Yep, I love them. Yep.
And yeah, I love it too. But it was sweaty in the summer, so we got some grip tape on there. And I have big ZT. Yep. And the Whiffler MP1.
Nice.
So that's kind of where we're at right now.
With a little flower. What is that? A sakura?
Oh, it's a sakura. Yeah. Where is it? There it is.
Sakura on the front. Oh, nice. Pretty.
Gonna try and make it a little bit girly.
I know. And who does your strings for you?
Right now, actually, it's just a friend who makes strings.
That's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. What about arrows? What are you shooting for arrows?
So
Oh wait,
during the
what limbs you got on there again? What'd you say?
these are white Grand Prix.
Oh,
They're 32 pounds mediums.
okay.
I this year I switched equipment a lot because I went up in poundage for the limbs. It's
Okay.
kind of where my goal was now. So then I got a little bit better limbs,
Yeah.
other than the $100 little cheapies that are sitting over there.
Yeah.
So that was good. I changed equipment a lot this year, actually, because I started to grow, started to get a little bit more serious, and needed to get better arrows. And then during the pandemic, it was actually really hard to get lightweight arrows up here. So Calvin was a godsend, and Calvin sent me up some VAPs. So
Okay.
I've been shooting those for outdoor season.
Right.
And I got
It's
some, where are they?
Calvin Smock from CD Archery.
Yeah.
Yep.
I promote his bow a lot, and he has been amazing to me. And I love him for sending me the arrows, which helped me break a Canadian record. So the part of that's due to him. So for indoor season this year, which we're heading into indoor season now, I am not quite sure if I'm going to shoot these. These are the X7s.
Yep.
Easton.
Yep.
Aluminums.
Yep.
And they're kind of cute. This is what I started shooting last year. And then I also have the GT ultralights, which I'm building now. So I was going to try them tonight. So I'm probably, when we're done, I'm going to go off, and we're just getting allowed to be in the indoor range now. So hopefully I can get some 300
now?
practice in.
Just
yeah.
now?
Yeah, because it's been summer here. It's been like last week, literally, it was 25 degrees Celsius.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we've been hanging around outside. I've been waiting and waiting to get indoors. I've also been working a lot of graveyards, so that's cut into my practice. But now that I've paid for Vegas, it's time to get serious, because
yeah.
it's one thing to be good in Canada, but then when you start going up against, a lot of the top Americans, it's Barebo's just not that big up here.
Yeah. No. It's funny you say that, because I have your counterpart on tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna interview him tomorrow. It's gonna come out later, but Melnick's gonna be on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do 2 Canadian interviews in a row. Anyway, so it might not be too big up there, but you guys still. I mean, I think it was it 4 years ago that you hosted the international tournament there, 3D.
It was, when was it? It wasn't that long ago, because I've actually only been shooting for just 4 years now.
Yeah. Okay.
I started, and then we had 2 years with pandemic. So
that whole story you just told me about, you told us about the getting the Canadian Tire bow to right now, it's been 4 years only.
Yeah.
And you broke a Canadian record in that time?
Yeah, just did that in September.
That's pretty
That
good.
was for field, and that was so much fun, and I can't wait. There's not much field on the West Coast, but we're actually holding nationals again next year.
Okay, good.
Canadian nationals. So you know what?
Yeah. It's what?
You can come and shoot.
I can come and shoot in the nationals. You
got a year.
I'm Canadian. You ever like I just said that Alex Mullen, why show up if he's there? Like, he just cleans up everything in barebow.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch him shoot, actually.
Yeah, well, it was exciting. Anyway, this isn't about him. I'll talk to him tomorrow. So, but for you, what's your favorite game? Because I see a lot of 3D.
That's a lot of 3D. I love 3D. There's another 3D shoot coming up this weekend. We're really pushing it till the end of the year. We actually, really, in BC, we don't stop 3D, because we have mud bowls and Grey Cup shoots and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So I really love being in the forest. I don't love flat field as much, other than it's good practice, but give me a bow and some arrows and some trees and trails, and that's really my happy place. I love that.
Yeah, your Instagram is awesome. I'm just gonna tell you, because you're like the happiest person alive when you have a bow in your hand. I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing.
It's so trad. people make fun of me because I get an 11 or, you know, a decent 10, and I'm in there with my bow and taking a picture with my, like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, it's really.
You should be, man. You should everyone. We should celebrate that all the time. I remember I was at Trad Worlds in we're doing the Hunters Challenge, and I'm shooting with these guys, and I'm having a bad day, and my tune is off, and I don't even know why I was competing, but anyway, so I was out there and I was getting like 5, 5, 5, and they were getting like 8s, 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 occasional 10, and then we got this one target and I shot an 11. I was like, I made him go up there and say, and I stayed back. I said, "Hey, what did I get?" Because I knew it was 11, and they're like, 11. I said, "I can't hear you."
Yeah, we do that too. Well, we shoot with a lot of compounders too, and so when the compounders, like, when we outshoot them, or if I share, like, on my Instagram, quite often you'll see me with a bunch of guys and they're shooting compounds, but my arrow's right in with them, and that makes me feel great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can sneak in there with those guys, but I make them shoot first, because if I'm going to hurt anybody's arrows, it's going to be theirs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want your arrows bust up. Do you ever compete with your longbow?
I did. 2-3 weeks ago, there was just a little local shoot, and I took the longbow out, and it's been a long time since I've shot wooden arrows, and I'm trying to remember to gap shoot rather than string walking. Yeah. It was great. My longbow that I shoot is actually made by I see 91-year-old boyer, and he happened to be at that shoot. So it was pretty amazing that I happened to bring it the one shoot that he was at. That's pretty neat.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Is he local? Is he a Canadian guy?
Yeah. Yeah, he's local.
He's a BC guy. And you're shooting that. What do you shoot? Okay, sorry. What are you shooting on the fingers right now? 32 pounds?
32, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, good. And then you're okay at 50. Do you do the 50 meters too, outdoor?
Okay, so 50 meters and I don't have a really loving relationship. I'm determined to get better at it next year. It was my first year competing. 50 meters is far, and I was fighting with my equipment the whole time.
Yep.
Near the end, my score started to go up. And so that tournament that I got the record in for field, my coach kicked my derriere day one on the 50 meter. So she got gold overall and I got silver overall.
Oh, wow.
But that's okay. Yeah.
But
she holds all the records. So she's amazing.
Who is it?
Linda Price.
I don't know Linda Price. You got to hook me up with her. I need her on the show. I need to talk to her.
For sure.
I need the gold medalist on the show, not the silver medal stuff. I don't even know.
Oh, ouch.
Hey, on your field, are you out to 50 like how far away can you be in field?
Out to 50.
Yeah, out to
55.
50, right? Yeah, 55, I think it is. Yeah.
I think it's 55. Yeah, it's 5 to 55.
Yeah.
That's what the only distance that we all had trouble with was 45, and I don't know why. It's such a weird distance, and I don't know. Anyways, by the end of it, there's one picture of you see on Instagram where I was jumping for joy, and that was the very last shot, and that was at 50 meters, and then we were done. We were so tired, and it was so hot.
I know. This year was hot. It
was hot.
Super hot year. Did you say you worked in the medical profession? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
And what do you do? What do you do?
I am a registration clerk for X-ray at the big hospital here.
Oh, okay. Like, what is that? University of British Columbia Hospital or something like that? Or?
Just Vancouver General.
Vancouver General. All right. Yeah. Hey, but that's amazing working in that field. I mean, it's tough. It's been a tough couple of years, right?
It has, yeah.
It's
amazing to see the team come together. We see a lot of burnout, but then we see a lot of like, we can do this, and we just get through it. I mean, now we see patients come through that, you know, maybe have COVID, and we're like, yeah, whatever. We're worried about right?
It's like COVID. It's like
been there, done that. Yeah.
I know.
But I mean, it's ramping up again, so we'll see what are they calling it? Tridemic is gonna hit us, and maybe it's gonna get really busy again.
We don't have COVID in the US anymore. It doesn't exist.
Oh, okay. Good, then I'll be safe in Vegas. Yay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Oh, you might have all kinds of you know, you might have all kind of hoops to jump through to get back to Canada once you come to Vegas.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's
I have a
talk.
Nexus card. It's fine.
Oh, that's well. Do you go across the border quite a bit?
Yeah. How do you think I order all my stuff?
Oh, you're not supposed to say that. They say that out loud. You bringing it across? Hey, but anyway, so do you have a PO box over there or something like that? Is that what
Yep.
you do? Yeah. So for people who don't know or don't live near the border, even there's some Canadians that don't live near the border. A lot of us border people have PO boxes over in the US, and then we get, because they won't ship to Canada, or it costs like an extraordinary amount of money,
It's
or
so much.
you got to deal with customs taxes, and then you have to deal with Canada Post, who are, I'm going to be honest with you, Canada Post is the worst. Like they're the worst. I've never seen such a slow organization in my life. Canada
Yeah.
Post. I'm sorry for all the guys that work for Canada. U.S. Post, man. I moved here over to the United States, and we're like, we ship stuff, and it's like boom, it's like across the country in like a day.
Trackable, and
Trackable.
yeah, US Post is great. But when I order stuff into the post box, it just shows up, no problem. I roll through with my Nexus. They're like, what did you spend? And here I am, my $100 or whatever. And they just let me go generally. And I'm honest every single time. And I get to order fun stuff like, extra arrows.
Nice. I used to live in Aldergrove, just FYI.
Oh, close.
You know where that is, right? Aldergrove. Yeah. So we were like literally, I think I was on like 8th Street, I think, or something like that.
Oh, you can walk to the border.
Yeah, it's 8 blocks away. It was 8 blocks away. It was just a little tiny ditch. I don't know if Americans know that this Canadian border is unprotected for the most part. But anywho, so that's interesting. Do you ever get down to Seattle or anything like that?
There's one store down there that I really like going to. It's in Alderwood.
Okay. All right.
And sometimes we get to go down there, but because of COVID, everything is messed up.
Yeah.
Now the border's open though. I just want to go to Trader Joe's all the time. That's all.
I know Trader Joe's is nice. And you can get cheap booze in the US too, which is nice if you drink.
Yeah, but I never stayed down there long enough to bring it back.
Oh, really? You can't even get a cheap B&B for the night, and then you got like $300 after 24 hours. I know the rules. Okay,
I'll load up.
Load up. But when you get down to Vegas, you can make sure to take an extra suitcase.
Exactly.
You can get all your Gucci purses and stuff like that. Hey, let's talk.
It's Gucci purses? Are you kidding? It's going to be like quivers.
Oh, quivers. Yeah, Gucci.
I'm so not girly.
Gucci.
Did you not see my Instagram? Oh, Gucci, do they have a quiver?
Could they make a quiver? We should put that on the order. Like we should.
And a bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget the Easton bag that I use. I want a Gucci bag.
You got Gucci carrying case for your bear bow. Okay, let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk about Vegas, because first
you and I on the carpet.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Thanks for that idea. That is really good. We'll get your husband to kind of put it over top of our heads, and we'll look it down, and we'll do a recap of Vegas. This was Lisa. I was talking to her. She's like, "Yeah, hey, we gotta do this. We gotta shoot. Tell the story. We gotta shoot on what?
The world's ugliest carpet.
The world's ugliest carpet.
I don't know how you train for that. Like, how do you train for shooting over top of something so, like, what is there even a word for it?
It's not. It's not paisley. I maybe it's like, I don't know what it is, but it is ugly. That's funny.
It's just so much.
So we're gonna lay down and we're gonna do a recap of Vegas. So I registered for Vegas. Lisa, you registered for Vegas too. Tell us about that, because some people might be going like, I think I want to do it, but like, how do I do it? What's it about right now? And you had to help me out. So if you could just kind of no, seriously, you did articulate how, kind of what is the Vegas shoot?
So the Vegas shoot is like 4,000, I think 4,000 archers potentially shooting over 3 days. It's only 30 arrows a day, people. So if you're questioning whether you have the stamina for it, I mean, maybe if you're getting drunk in Vegas, you might not, but it's literally 30 arrows. That's all you don't have to be great. I've seen the scores from previous years. This is going to be my first year going, and I didn't register for the championship because this is my first year.
But by the way, so let's break it down. So championship and flights.
Yes, championship and flights. So I'm going in flights.
Okay.
I'm hoping that everybody who's really good has registered for the championship bareboat to get out of my flight. That's really what I'm doing.
Can you register for both? The answer is no.
I don't think so.
I don't think you can. And so
plus that would cost a whole bunch, because that would be like 350 American to register for championship plus 200 American to register for flights. Yep. That's a lot. Well, for Canadian dollar, that's a lot.
What is the difference between championship and flights?
I think championships probably you win more money. I'm assuming.
I don't know either. If anyone knows, comment in these.
It's new because they've never had that flight, the bareboat for
not for bareboat, but they've had it for recurve and for compound. Oh yeah. And those guys, that was a lot of money.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Well, to register for it, but you win a lot of money too. Is exactly what you're saying. I think that's
that kid that won it last year was like, he won like $50,000 plus like so much from Hoyt and so much from whoever he shoots for. Yeah, he was incredible. But that was compound, and I don't shoot compound, and bareboat doesn't get paid that much, so I'm not retiring from this shoot by any means. But I'm so excited because the bareboat community on Facebook and on Instagram is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I have met so many great people. Like actually, so Matt sent these arrows up to me last year because he wasn't using them, and it was part of my issue of not having arrows. And so my friend went down to Vegas, and Matt handed these to him, and he brought them back for me.
Which Matt are we talking about? Zernzak?
Yaka.
Oh, Yaka. I was gonna say not Z.
No, so he doesn't know me yet.
You're doing his show next.
Right. Hey, I already plugged his show. So it's been such amazing people that have been so supportive and so free with their assistance and help and opinions. And I'm so excited to get down to Vegas, not even just to shoot, but just to meet these people like you, whoever else is going. I'm just so excited to go down and meet everybody in person, because bareboat feels like a family.
Yeah.
Which it really does. It's not huge like compound, but I think that everybody that shoots it is maybe a little special.
Yes. You can't see her face, you can't see my face. Probably some people that are watching that not watching this, but they're hearing a pod. We are special.
We are special.
Air quotes special for sure.
Yes.
It's a weird dynamic. We're not trad and we're not compound and we're not recurve. So we're kind of we're bounced back in high tech and low tech. We're kind of in between. We're in that middle space.
Yeah, people call us cheaters because we string walk. Yeah. And but then we're not so mechanical. We don't have sights. It's sort of a happy middle ground, I think.
Yeah, I think having a rest and clearance for veins and stuff like that, it's a huge advantage. Not for me because I suck, but for people who have our quality, right? It makes a huge difference. I spent an hour on the phone last night with what the hell's that guy's name again?
Demmer?
John. No, it's not.
Demmer.
Yeah, it was Demmer. Jack.
That
Demmer.
guy who dresses funny.
Jack Demmer. But, hey, yeah, the weird dressing dude, whatever his name is, whatever. Anyway, so I said to him, I'm like, John, like, dude, I'm like, I hate to bug you, but I cannot stop. I can't get my arrows to stop porpoising. I don't know what's going on. I've tried everything. Can't fix it. He goes, what's your knocking point? I said, it's a quarter. I started at 1/4 inch, right? Yeah. And then he's like, no. He's like, not even close. He's like,
did he not make you sign up for his program?
No, dude will answer any questions you want.
I know he will.
He's so good. And Yaka will too, though. Yeah. He's really good. Calvin Smock will talk your ear off. He loves talking archery. He knows a ton of shit.
He does.
Dwayne Martin helped me out with some vein stuff, questions. Just everyone and anyone will pick up the phone when you call them. So
they're amazing. That's what I'm saying. It's like family.
Yeah, Barebo's great. Barebo's
Yeah.
great. I know we need more Canadians because all Canadians are friendly too. So we can just keep them. So we
I'm
can have some.
trying.
Yeah.
I've just started coaching beginners
Okay.
at the store, and we have a hoot because I was where they are, 4 years ago, taking lessons at the very same store, and now I'm introducing people to the sport that I really love. And my last group that went through, they basically the day after they signed up for their memberships at the club so that they could come out and shoot. They went to a 3D shoot, like bang out the door, and they're all active in the community. And now they're all like looking at me string walking. And they're like, "Can you show us?" I'm like,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Damn right, I'm going to show you how to shoot barebow.
Absolutely. We need, yeah, nothing like having, filling up your tournaments. That's amazing. Hey, let's get to a little more tactical. Tell me about your shot process.
Oh, well, I have to work on that because I'm not, um, it really depends on the day. Some days I'm very focused indoor. Right now, I'm trying to be more focused, and I get, let's just say I'm easily distracted. So if somebody's goofing around the other end of the gym, I'm going to be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Should I come join you and shoot those paper cups instead of this, target?" Um, I really, honestly, I need to work on a shot process. I have a lot this year that I need to clean up if I want to continue competing and doing well. Now I think that I have basically settled on my equipment, that maybe I can start to use my brain now and tie it all in. That's going to take some work because like I said, easily distracted. I can get through 30 arrows, no problem. Outdoor was a bit of a challenge for me because that's a lot. That's 72 arrows.
Yeah.
That's 72 arrows of focus.
Yeah, it is tough.
That's why I think I love 3D because it's, 1 arrow and you move on and you're having fun out there in the fresh air, and you get through your 20 animals and you go and eat and come back and do another 20 animals. That's
yeah. Okay. But tell me about it. So let's talk. Let's stop. So I'm going to try and get you to focus.
Focus, yes.
Okay, so you're shooting 3D, okay?
Yes.
You come up the hill.
Yep.
And you come around one of them big ferns you got growing in the forest in BC. It's a tropical rainforest. You come around the corner, and like, oh my gosh, it's a bedded doe.
Yep.
And then you see the stake for barebow.
Yep.
You see the bedded doe. Tell me what's going through your mind. Tell me how right up into the point where you release the shot. Tell me that whole scenario.
So mostly because I shoot a lot of indoor, I can eyeball 18 meters really well.
Okay.
So I kind of look at the animal and decide if it's somewhere between 5 and 30. I try and pick out where I think that 18-meter mark is. And then if it's a little bit further, then I adjust. If it's a little bit nearer, I adjust for that. I sort of know what my point on is right now. With those VAPs, my point on is like 42 meters, which is amazing, because that's more than what I need. So I can actually string walk the whole thing. Okay. With my lighter arrows, it's a little bit trickier because then I have to gap because my point on is under 30 meters. So it really depends on which arrows I'm using, but I tried to stick to the VAPs for the full season so that I wasn't playing around so much. Okay. So basically I figure out where we're at and I find my little string walking, find my mark.
Yep.
And I come to full draw. And then I take a minute because I actually use my string blur a lot, probably more than I need to. So it's very much like having a level. So I find my string blur and then I come to my mark, and last minute, I'm looking for the wind. Not that the wind is going to change it that much. Once you're ready to go, you're ready to go. And then I just release, and I have to really pay attention to my release. I have a very ugly release, which actually John Demmer and I have had a discussion about because he doesn't have the prettiest release either. Because I want to be, fancy, but I just go like this.
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't. You really don't. You really don't. Maybe you do on some shots, but I've seen really nice release where you're here.
And that's when I'm actually focused and thinking.
Yeah, this is no bueno. This should be just here. That's it. You're done. You're done. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just I have a chat with the arrow in my head, and I'm like, okay, go do your thing, and hopefully it hits. And luckily for me, in 3D, a good portion of the time, it's hitting.
Good portion. I've seen you shoot. We're pretty good. Well, that's good. Okay, good. Okay. All right. And then and last thing.
Yeah.
Piece of advice you would give a new archer that would make them better almost immediately.
Have fun. It's you know what? It's just, you're not a brand new archer. You're not competing. You're not going to be in the Olympics by next year. Go out there, have fun. Everybody's going to offer you advice. Try it and move on. You got to find out what works for you. Mm-hmm. When I started, everybody was at me with, oh, you should be doing this. You should be doing that. Stand like this, do that. I tried it and I found what worked for me and I just moved on. But you just have to accept the help. And mostly you just got to try everything and have fun. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you're struggling, because maybe it's something simple that somebody's noticed and they can just say, hey, you know what, just hold it like this. Or the biggest thing I tell new archers is keep your bow up. Like, don't pull your bow down to look. Keep it up until you hit it and till you hear it hit, and then you're done. Okay. So it's just, just have fun and hang out with people who are fun to shoot with. If somebody's always a downer, bye, peace out. Find a different group. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be stressful. If it's becoming stressful, it's, maybe you gotta try 3D instead of, target or. But I really think you should experience everything. And awesome. This sport has allowed me to travel through the entire province and meet such amazing people. I really never competed anywhere else in the province. Now I've been all over, north to south, east, west. And I'm super grateful for the friendships that I've made.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
So Canadian.
So Canadian. Okay, if people want to follow you and gush over how great your shot is, how do they do that? How do they follow you?
I mean, Instagram's probably the best. And it's pups.and.arrows. So pups and arrows.
Pups and arrows. Just search pups and arrows, you'll come up. But yeah.
And Facebook, I'm also on a lot of the groups, barebow groups. And if you message me, I am married. But just I'll throw that out there. But you can message me about.
Stop! Don't slide into Lisa's DMs. No. Slide into Lisa's DMs.
But if you want to know about my cool bow or anything, or upcoming 3D shoots,
that's what we mean. That's what we mean. Please do not message her inappropriately.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, yes, she's married and to a supermodel husband who's I thought he looked familiar. Before we got talking, I was like, he looks familiar. I swear to God, he's a movie star. He's in movies or something. I don't know. He's got this.
No, just with me.
He's got great hair. He's got great hair. Anyway, okay, thanks. I think we're at the end. But that will finish. I do want to remind our listeners, though, don't forget to check out the sponsor of this channel, archerypass.com. They're on the West Coast too, and just amazing. If you're looking for trad stuff, if you don't want to make your arrows like Lisa, they have beautifully made arrows. They're one of the first companies in North America to start making arrows at volume and sell them. So archerypass.com. Cool. Other than that, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate you for being here.
I will see you in Vegas on that carpet.
We will be in Vegas, and we're gonna do like I don't know, something together. I think we got good energy, so I like it. Okay, cool.
We can have a shoot off.
No effing way am I shooting against you. I don't need to go there and be embarrassed.
I'm very distracted by the carpet, so it's fair game.
Oh, it might be okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my handicap, or your handicap is me being distracted. But
I'm distracted by shooting arrows.
Oh boy.
by the target face. If it's a brand new target face, I freak out a little bit. I have a little freak out on brand new target faces.
Got to imagine holes in it.
Yeah, you do. You do. All right. Take care. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. I appreciate you being on the show.
You're very welcome.
Hunt the good stuff.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye.